योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचं मां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चापि वृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। You are able to hear now? Okay. ईशावास्यमिदं समस्तभुवनं त्यक्त्वार्थगेहादिकं ब्रह्मण्येव मुमुक्षुणा नवरतं निष्ठाविधेयात्मनि अर्हत्वाय च तत्र कर्मविहितं कार्यं पुरा निष्फलम् विद्वानित्थमुपाचरन् हि भजते निर्लेप आत्मेश्वरम्। Okay. See, there has been some technical issue. So, in commencing today as well as in the previous class recording, it seems. So, they initially felt nothing was recorded. Then they thought that they will search somewhere and some 20-25 minutes seem to have been recorded. So, anyway, so the point is, I will just try to quickly cover what was done in the previous class also, because so that the portion has been completely left out from recording. Okay. So we saw the objection which has been raised with reference to aprayojanatvam. Nirvishayatvat shastram narambhaniyam, aprayojanatvat shastram narambhaniyam. This aprayojanatvat was handled by saying samsara nivrittihi phalam yadva brahmananda vaptihi. This is the prayojana of Vedanta. So he said this. Now this brahmananda vaptihi prayojanam. So having heard this, once again the objection is being raised. And in the previous class I was just telling you how this very nature of Atman is to be conceived as Ananda Rupa. Now he is asking, nacha nitya praptaha eva brahmanandaha iti vachyam. So if the nature of Atma is Ananda Rupa, then you know that you are existing and you are only Ananda Rupa. So it is Nitya Praptaha. So Praptaha, if it is, then where is the question of making any effort to have once again. So therefore the objection is nacha nitya praptaha eva brahmanandaha iti vachyam. So then he says nitya prapte pitasmin avidya vyavadhanena apraptatva bhramasatvat tad apagamena punaha praptaiva sabhavatiti. So praptasyeva praptihi, nivartasyeva nivartihi. So this is what he is trying to give as reply to this objection. So brahmanandaha nitya praptaha. So why study Vedanta then? So for that he is saying nitya praptepi tasmin avidya vyavadhanena apraptatva bhramasatvat. Apraptatva bhramasatvat tad apagamena punaha praptaiva sabhavatiti. So this has to be very clearly understood. If you say it is nitya prapta, so for this, the standard example that is given is kanthachamikarannyaya. So kanthachamikarannyaya, so this is what you will find in most of the Vedantic literature. So kanthachamikarannyaya means, so sometimes this happens. You don't know that it is available in your own neck. Okay. So you might have thought that I have kept it there, but you might not have remembered that you have taken it back. So then it just happens that you go and keep on searching there. So you keep on searching. So this is what is called kanthachamikarannyaya. So in the previous class, maybe it would not have got recorded. So this is generally kaunteyatva jnanam. So kaunteyatva jnanam means for Karna, who is actually Kaunteya, he was under the impression of a Radheya, that he is a Radheya. Now the moment this jnana arises in him, Tvantu naradheyaha abitu kaunteyaha. Who says? Kunti herself says. So and therefore, so he has now become Kaunteya. Was he not Kaunteya before? Yes. So there was a Radheyatva Bhramaha. Similarly, Atmanaha Vishaye Ananandatva Bhramaha. I am Ananda Rupaha. So that jnana is not there. And Tathaiva Vidyamanatvepi Tathatvam Idanim Sampadyate Iva. So that is the idea. So that is what he is trying to say. Avidya Vyavadhanena. So in the case of Karna, there was an avidya. So that was the block. Avidya Rupa Vyavadha. So it was there and that is removed. Apraptatva Bhramasatvat. Okay. So there is a Brahma and that Brahma was taken off. Punah praptaiva saha bhavatiti. Idameva phalam mokshayityuchyate. Idameva phalam means what is this? Idameva phalam, here he is referring to avidya vyavadhana nivarti rupam phalam. So avidya nivarti rupam phalam. So avidya nivarti rupam phalam mokshayityuchyate. So there is a Sankshepa Sharirika Vachana. Avidyastamayo mokshaha sacha bandha udahritaha. Avidyastamayo mokshaha. So this author perhaps has that karika in his mind. And he says, idameva phalam mokshaha ityuchyate. And then he further says, saja nityaha brahmaswarupatvat. What is nitya now? Is avidya nivarti nitya? Sacha nityaha brahmaswarupatvat. So just see the sentences. All that he said was अप्राप्तत्व भ्रमसत्वात् तदपगमयेन पुनः प्राप्तैव. So what is it? Idameva phalam. Idameva phalam means the result is avidya nivritti here. Idameva phalam moksha ityuchyate. Then further he says sacha nityaha brahmaswarupatvat. So this looks like a puzzle. Avidya nivrittihi means something which goes, it looks like a transitory phenomenon, right? It is a sort of transitory phenomenon, and that he is saying brahmaswarupatvat. Avidya nivrittihi is moksha and moksha is brahmaswarupa. Brahmaswarupa is essentially atma rupa. So avidya nivrittihi is atma rupa or avidya nivrittihi is atma vyatirikta. This has to be first understood. Avidya nivrittihi atma rupa or atma vyatirikta. So what are you going to take? Which position are you going to take? So if you say avidya nivrittihi atma rupa, then there is nothing like sadhyatvam there. So all the argument that he said, so this is sadhya. I am a sadhaka, and all my study of Vedanta is essentially for getting rid of this avidya, and therefore avidya nivritti has to be sadhya. If you say it is brahmaswarupatvat, it is already there, then the sadhyatvam is gone. Okay. If you say it is atma vyatirikta, then what will happen? Dvaitapatti. Why Dvaitapatti? I am telling you because this nivritti, if you just consider, this nivritti is like dhamsaha. Okay. So nivrittihi. So there are, this abhava itself is classified. And nivrittihi is just put in the basket of dhamsaha. And dhamsa is something which is nitya. Understand? Dhamsaha, suppose you say, so I have this pen, okay, and this pen got crushed. Okay, so it fell down. Upon that I kept something. So this dhamsa. So it cannot be once again retrieved. So ghata, if it is gone, okay, so you take a coconut, thapa, in front of mandira, Vinayaka mandira, you break it. It goes into 10 pieces. So this is dhamsa, you cannot get back. And this coconut is lost once and for all. It is sadi, this dhamsa is sadi, but it is ananta. Now this avidya nivritti is sadi, but it is ananta. There are two problems here. One problem is, so this avidya nivritti is sadi means it is kritaka. Okay. The other problem is avidya nivritti is nitya. So there is second entity. So if you say atma vyatirikta, then advaita hani. If you say atma rupa, it is not sadhya. So how are you going to handle? Sacha nityaha brahmaswarupatvat. So this has to be clearly understood now. If I say avidya nivritti is not atma rupa, okay, and if I take the position of nitya, then obviously dvaitapatti, so that position is not at all tenable because we are just upholding advaita. Okay, there cannot be a second entity which is different from this. Atma vyatirikta, if you just take the position, then there is a serious problem. So we have to take the position of atma rupa only. Okay. If you just take it as atma rupa, then how will you bring this sadhyatvam? So this is something which you have to understand a little bit. This sadhya means something which is not there, which has to be obtained. Correct? So there is a certain sadhana, and the sadhana is what we are engaging now. Okay? What is the sadhana? Sadhana is Vedanta Chintanam, Vicharanam. Is that shloka? What is that shloka?
Dadyan navasaram kinchit कामादीनाम् अनागपि
Asupteramrite kalam nayed vedanta chintaya. This is an interesting thing. So, Dadyam navasaram kinchit kamadinam managapi. This is the prescription that various people have given. Na avasaram kinchit kamadinam, etc. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, etc. So, don't try to give space in your mind for them. Dadyam na avasaram kinchit kamadinam managapi asupte ramrite kalam nayed vedanta chintaya. So this is a prescription that is given to us by various sadhakas, and they have benefited by that, therefore they are suggesting this. So you try to do that. Now all this is done because it is a sadhya. Understand? Nayed Vedanta Chintaya. So this has to be established as a sadhya. So what is sadhya? Brahmatmaikatva jnanam. So Brahmatmaikatva jnanam is not there. So that has to be obtained. So what is preventing? Avidya is preventing. Avidya nivartihi sadhya. Now this Atma Rupatvena, if you just take, there is another problem. If it is Atma Rupa, so then I know that I am existing, there is nothing like Sadhya. So Sadhyatvam will not be there. How do you establish this Sadhyatvam? There is an interesting way of defining Sadhya. So let us try to understand that. Sadhya, you can define it in two ways. One Sadhya is applicable only to Sadi Padartha. Another sadhya is applicable to Anadi Padartha also. So this definition you should know. This is a very interesting discussion. I will tell you. So all that is kept in mind when Ramaraya Kavi writes this. So you have to understand this. Sadi Padartha means, so any Padartha that is being produced. Okay, this is Janyatva Rupam Sadhyam. Okay. Janyatva Rupam Sadhya Lakshanam is Janyatva Rupam. This Anguliyakam was not there, but this Anguliyakam was done by a goldsmith at a particular point of time, or it was pressed in a machine and brought out. So this is a Sadhyam. So this is a Janya. Before that, this Nama was not there, this Rupa was not there, it is a Janya Padartha. Okay. So Janyatva Rupam Sadhyam. Okay, Anguliyakam Sadhyam. So he can think of all these things have to be made out of this gold. Okay, this much of gram is there, this much has to be obtained. This is a Janya Rupam Sadhyam. Now you can define in another way Sadhyam. This is I think you will be able to follow. I will just explain it. So there is a definition. I will just tell that you repeat. It's a very small definition. Okay. Yasmin sati.
Yasmin sati. Yasmin sati.
Agrimakshane yasya sattvam.
Agrimakshane yasya sattvam. Agrimakshane yasya sattvam.
Yadvyatireke cha abhavaha.
Yadvyatireke cha abhavaha. Yadvyatireke cha abhavaha.
Tat tat sadhyam.
Tat tat sadhyam. Tat tat sadhyam.
Okay. So this is something which is found in Siddhanta Lekha Sangraha by Appaya Dikshita at the beginning of 4th chapter. Yasmin sati agrimakshane yasya sattvam yadvyatireke cha abhava. I will explain this taking an example. So there is a certain kriya called prayaschitta. Okay. So prayaschitta. Prayaschitta is a certain ritual that you perform in order to nullify certain misdeed that you have done. Okay. So this misdeed that has been done, so you, in order to nullify the effect of it, you perform a ritual. This is what is called prayaschitta. Now, yasmin sati means this first yach shabdena, you have to take the sadhanam. The second yach shabda refers to sadhyam. Okay? Yasmin sati means prayaschitte sati. Agrimakshane. So once the prayaschitta is over, yat sattvam. Okay? So yat sattvam means this prayaschitta was supposed to bring you some dukkha. The effect of, this the absence of the karma that you have done, the karma that you have done is supposed to bring you some dukkha. In order to nullify that effect, you are doing prayaschitta. Okay? Agrimakshane yasya sattvam means dukkha bhavasya sattvam. Yadvyatireke prayaschitta bhave means if you have not done that, yada bhavaha means dukkha bhava bhavaha, which is essentially dukkha. Okay? So currently you are not experiencing the effect. So you do some serious crime. Okay? So without the knowledge of everybody, you think that you will be escaping. But you realize that this is something which is going to punish me later. So you think of doing some prayaschitta for that. So this dukkha bhava is what he wants. That is sadhya. So prayaschittena kim sadhyam? Dukkha bhavaha. So yadvidireke cha yada bhavaha means prayaschitta bhave dukkha bhava bhavaha, which is essentially dukkha. Now tat sadhyam means tat refers to that dukkha bhavaha. Prayaschittena sadhyam. Is it clear now? Now this dukkha bhava that you are talking about, so is it sadi or anadi? So the dukkha that you are likely to experience because of the misdeed, that dukkha bhava has been there, no? It is anadi. And you want that dukkha bhava to continue. Understand? This dukkha bhava is not something which is generated now. You have always been having this dukkha bhava anyway. Okay? So, yasmin sati agrimaksh. Let me just tell you one simple, much more simpler example. Okay? Suppose a student. I can tell you this example which happened at home. Okay? Okay. So, this just happens in various places. Now, this you might have employed some servant maid. The servant maid does not call you, does not come for 3 days. Okay? So initially you have some. Once she comes, I am just going to scold her. Okay? So this is what you have in your mind. But then as she comes up saying, sorry, mujhe maaf kijiye. Okay? Suppose she says that. So then, so that krodha which you wanted to show. You understand? So this, in order to have krodha bhava, she is doing this. This apology is essentially to see that the krodha bhava is maintained. The krodha bhava has been there already. You understand?
Okay.
So by this apology, this krodha bhava is not generated.
Preemptive.
So what you have to understand is, it avoids krodha. It is already existing, but that abhava you want to simply continue. Okay? So this is also a generation in some sense, though it is already there. Okay? So krodha bhava, which is already there. So this is a sadhya. In some sense it becomes a sadhya. So similarly, this avidya nivritti, yasmin sati, when you say, so jnane sati, yasmin sati agrimakshane yasya sattvam, yadvyatireke cha yada bhavaha. When you say this avidya nivrittihi atma rupa, if you say, okay. So this avidya nivritti, so here is already there in the atma rupa, but yada bhave, this brahmajnana bhave, so tada bhavaha. So this avidya nivritti, even if you take as atma rupa, you will be able to say it is generated as if. Okay. So yad vyatireke cha yad abhavaha. This is just like this Kaunteya Radheya. Okay. This Kaunteyatvam is not generated now. It is already existing. Okay. So you can supply it like that. So now you say Sacha Nityaha Brahmaswarupatvad. So though it is Brahmaswarupa, so it is Nitya. Okay. So Brahmaswarupatvad. Then he says Dharmarthakamastu trayopi anityaha eva kritakatvad. Now I took two positions. One is avidyanivrtihi atma rupa. The other position is avidyanivrtihi atma vyatirikta. So you have to take this position. In fact, there are 2-3 views which have been presented by even the scholars. Okay. So nivrittihi, how can it be? Nivritti is an abhava, right? Nivritti is an abhava, absence. How can you associate with some? This absence is absence. Is it associated with something? So this can be a sort of question that can be there. Okay. So bhava padartha. If you just take some bhava padartha. Take that basket. Now you say, see, this is a bhava padartha, red color. Okay. So red color is associated with this entity. So abhava, is it associated with this entity or not? So it is not green in color, suppose I say. So do you feel when I say, so this is not green? Do you feel that this not green is associated with this? How is it associated? Then how many entities will you associate? Red is, if you say it is associated with this, so then it is a guna. It is an attribute to this. So not green, is it an attribute to this? So how many attributes will you say? There are infinite things are not here. So what kind of position do you take? So this is what is something which you have to keep in mind. There are nice interesting discussions which goes on. Okay. Even in Nyaya, this Vaisheshika, if you just take Kanada, so Kanada Maharshi who wrote this Vaisheshika Sutras, so he will introduce 6 padarthas. Abhava is not included there. Okay. Whereas in the later system, this abhava is also included as a padartha. It is not that Kanada does not discuss this absence, but where do you put this absence as an entity? Do you attribute to a vastu, or is it something which has to be perceived separately? Okay. So this abhava is an attribute or not? So it's a kind of thing that now what have you said? Avidyanivrtihi atma rupa. Avidyayaha abhavaha atma rupa eva. Absence of green is same as this tomato. It is something like this. So avidyanivrtihi atma rupa. So this looks like this. Now I'll just tell you. So this is a nivritti. So in fact, this is one of the interesting things that has been done by Indian Nayayikas. Incidentally, I'll just tell you that this absence can also be conceived to be in the padartha itself. There is a huge discussion that goes on. But I'll just give you one simple example for you to appreciate it. Irshya. What is Irshya? That is Paishunyam. Irshya means Parotkarsha Asahishnutvam. Okay? Irshya is Parotkarsha Asahishnutvam. Means this fellow does not feel happy if the other fellow grows. Something like that. Some bhavana. What is this Asahishnutvam? Sahishnutayaha abhavaha. You understand? Asahishnutvam means sahishnutayaha abhavaha, right? So parotkarsha asahishnutvam means parotkarsha sahishnutayaha abhavaha is in this fellow. So this abhava is an attribute. Understand? This abhava is an attribute. You can view this as an existing quality, or you can view this as the absence of some quality. Okay? So how you sort of define, so that is what it plays a crucial role in your understanding. In fact, the definition is essentially this. Sahishnutvam is sahishnutayaha abhavaha. Okay? So that is how, so here he says, so this avidya nivrittihi, you can just understand it as Atma Rupa. Okay. Now, if you just take the other position, then this nivritti has to be considered as a kshanika. Okay. So, just like a vikara which happens. Okay. So, it need not be considered as. Okay. So, I will not get into that now because that is not what is presented here. He is just saying dharmartha kamamo kamastu trayopi anitya eva. Any other thing that you can think of, okay, dharmartha kama, they are all anityaha. Whereas since it is Atma Rupa and Atman is Nitya, okay. In fact, we have this, no, what is this? We have this mantra in Nityo. In fact, Nitya among Nityas. That is how Shruti says. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Yeko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman Tamatmastham Yenu Pashyanti Dhiraha Tesham Shanti Shashvati Netaresham. Kathopanishad. See, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. So this Atman is taken as Nitya and I am Atma Brahma. So that is the position we have taken. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. And then Tamatmastham Yenu Pashyanti Dhiraha. Okay. So that Nitya is someone else. I am Anitya? No. Tamatmastham Yenu Pashyanti Dhiraha. Tesham Shantihi Shashvati Netaresham. In fact, this is beautifully said in the next mantra also. Tade taditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham. In the previous class, basically, I was just trying to address. So, this question which somebody has asked. So, Vidyad Anubhava Siddhatvat. In fact, this mantra itself says, Tade taditi manyante. Ye taditi manyante means something which you see in front. It is a pratyaksha. Ye tad, when will you say? The very usage ye tad means it is something which is pratyaksha to you. Then only you will use ye tad. Otherwise you will use tat. The very usage. Tade taditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham. Anirdeshyam sukham. So that is what is this Atma Sukham. Tade taditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham. What should we do? Kathannu tadvijaniyam. How do I, by this vichara, gain that? So that is the process that we are engaged with. Okay. Kathannu tadvijaniyam. How do I know that I am an infinite repository of happiness? Okay. So dharmartha kamastu, all of them. So anything that you pursue other than this pursuit, okay, other than this pursuit, anitya eva kritakatvat, any association is going to be temporal and it is going to be anitya. Whereas this is nitya. Yat kritakam tad anityamiti loke. This first step. Now, nacha Jnanalabhyatvat mokshopi kritaka eveti vachyam. Now he raises this question. Jnanalabhyatvat. Fine. Avidya nivritti happens through jnana. So jnana sadhya. Jnana sadhyatvat. So jnana sadhyatvam, if you accept, so this is also kritaka. Okay. So therefore, this also moksha should also be anitya. How did you say moksha is nitya purushartha, whereas the others are anitya purusharthas? Now he says jnana akaryatvat. So this is a tricky thing. So this is what I wanted to explain towards the end of the last class, and I built the background. But since the recording is gone, I will once again try to very quickly build the background. So we say that avidya nivritti is atma, but we further say avidya nivrityupalakshitaha atma mokshaha. Okay. Avidya nivrityupalakshitaha atma mokshaha. What is this moksha? It is not simple avidya nivritti, but avidya nivrityupalakshitaha. So the term I tried to explain was upalakshanam. Okay. So we have the terms visheshanam, upadhihi, upalakshanam. Visheshanam, upadhihi, upalakshanam. Suppose I take this. So this is green and red tomato. So this green is visheshanam. Red is visheshanam. So the characteristic of a visheshanam is three things. One is vyavartakatvam, vidyamanatvam, kriyanvayitvam. So this red color distinguishes this from the green color tomato. Therefore, this red is a visheshanam for this and green is a visheshanam for this. When I move these tomatoes, so kriyanvayitvam, the color also moves with the tomato. And vidyamanatvam is something which is present with this, which cannot be separated. Okay, so this attribute. Now, what is upadhi? So upadhi is one characteristic will be gone of the three things which we have described. One description will be lost. What will be lost is kriyanvayitvam. Vidyamanatvam will be there, vyavartakatvam will be there. Okay. So japa kusumam upadhihi is what we say. When we see, this is very simple. So suppose somebody goes and performs something in the stage. Then you would have seen in those days, they will suddenly change the color. Okay. So in those days there will be a ring. So one will be red, one will be green, one will be this stage. So huge light will go. That fellow will look red. Okay, the face. So what made this? So vidyamanatvam is there. If this fellow moves, that is gone. So kriyanvayitvam will not be there. Understand? So kriyanvayitvam, if he just moves away from that light, the redness in his face will be gone. Okay. So who is that actor? Suppose somebody asks. So the one whose face is red now, he is, suppose I say, if he just moves, gone. Okay. So vyavartaka it is used and vidyamanatvam temporarily it is there. Okay. So this japa kusumam, so that is what we call as generally upadhi. Now the third thing is upalakshanam is this kakopalakshitam devadatta griham. This is the standard example. Okay. Autopalakshitam. Autopalakshitam nyayadhisha griham. Suppose I say. So that auto wherever it stands, so that is the house of the judge. So autopalakshitam nyayadhisha griham. The auto may move, but you have identified the house and you can go and meet him. So this is upalakshana. Now what do we say? This avidya nivrityupalakshitaha ayam atma. So that is what we call as mokshaha. Okay. So this atman which is already there, but now this avidya nivritti is something which makes us evident. Okay. Upalakshita means that upalakshanam will be gone. So that is not associated with this. Okay. So this avidya nivritti, so is not associated with this. Tad upalakshitaha ayam atma. So what is jnana? Jnana karyam where? So atma mokshaha. Nivrityupalakshitaha atma mokshaha. So this jnana played a role in removing this avidya nivritti, which is a kshanika. This auto played a role in identifying. It has nothing to do with that. Understand? So therefore, what you have to say is, so jnana akaryatvat. This avidyanivrti upalakshitaha atma is not a karya of jnanam. Okay? So jnana did one job and then gone. Okay? So that job is over. So avidyanivrti is not there anymore. It is neither jnana karya because tadupalakshitaha atma is moksha, and therefore this is nitya. So the objection that this is a kritaka is gone now. Okay? So that is the idea. That is what he is saying. Jnana akaryatvad. And then he says, evam nityatvat niratishaya sukhatvat moksha parama purushartha. So what have we established till now? Moksha is a nitya purushartha and niratishaya sukhatvat. So this produces Brahmananda, which is having absolutely no comparison whatsoever. Atishaya, niratishaya. Okay, there is no gradation there. That is the highest ananda. Niratishaya sukhatvat moksha parama purushartha. Then he says, tadupayastu brahmajnanam. Why are you engaging in studies? Because the upaya is brahmajnana. What does brahmajnana do? Brahmajnana does avidyanivrti, and therefore I will be able to understand the nature of Atman and I will be dwelling in happiness all the time. Tadupayastu brahmajnanam. Then he says, tacha vedantaika sadhyamiti vedantaha param pramanam. Tacha vedantaika sadhyam. So vedantaika sadhyam means there is absolutely no other thing which is available as a means. Vedanta here refers to, so this Shastra, okay, this textual study, Vichara, so Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, all of them, so have to be done with reference to Vedanta. Vedantaika sadhyam. In fact, there is a nice verse. Na yogena, Srinath Bellur may be knowing. Na yogena na sankhyena karmana no na vidyaya. You want to repeat? Repeat. Na yogena na sankhyena.
Na yogena na sankhyena. Na yogena na sankhyena.
Karmana no na vidyaya.
Karmana no na vidyaya. Karmana no na vidyaya.
Brahmatmaikatva bodhena.
Brahmatmaikatva bodhena. Brahmatmaikatva bodhena.
Mokshasiddhyati nanyatha.
Mokshasiddhyati nanyata.
Mokshasiddhyati nanyatha. This is in Vivekachudamani. So, see, that is what he is saying. Vedantaika sadhyam means it cannot be obtained by na yogena, na sankhyena, karmana, no na vidyaya. This vidya you have to understand. So, this vidya means here upasana. So, yogena, so yoga shastra may help you in studying. See, but it cannot take you to moksha. So, na yogena, na sankhyena. So, whether it is yoga shastra or it is a sankhya shastra or karma. So, any karma that you do, karmani chitta shuddhyam utpadayanti, but not directly. Therefore, na yogena, na sankhyena, karmana, no na vidyaya. So, even the upasanas which have been stated, the only thing that will help you is brahmatmaikatva bodhena mokshasiddhyati nanyatha. That is why Sankhya Yoga will not help? Because they do not uphold Advaita. So, Nanatmavadino hite Sankhyaha. There may be various things which may be similar between this and that. But they Nanatmavadinaha. So here Aikatnyavadaha. So that is the difference. Therefore, Vedantaika sadhyam iti Vedantaha param pramanam. Param Pramanam, what did he want to say? Because this Apramanya Shanka is what he was initially starting with. Anena Apramanam, Anena Apramanam, Anena Apramanam. So now he is just saying Vedantaha Param Pramanam. Okay. This is the supreme means of knowledge that is available for you to get liberated. Now he is asking this question. Nanu Tarkadi Shastrantaradeva Brahmajnana Siddhe Alam Vedantaihi Idi Chet Maivam. Tarkadi Shastradeva Brahmajnana Siddhe Alam Vedantaihi. Tarkadi Shastra means even those Shastras talk of Apavarga. I was telling you that whether you talk of Nyaya Shastra or you talk of Vedanta, Vaisheshika Shastra, okay? So each of them, they define moksha. Dukkha janma pravritti dosha mithya jnananam uttarottarapaye tadanantarapaya apavargaha. That apavarga is the prayojana which have been prescribed. That is what has been prescribed by all the Shastrakaras. So, Tarkadi Shastra Deva, see, Tarka Shastra nobody says. Why Tarkadi Shastra? Because, I'll tell you. In Vedanta, you always say, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Tarka Shastra did not say that. So, you should have Viveka, you should have Vairagya, you should have Shamadama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. Nobody talked about it. In Tarka Shastra, you just come and study. Then also you get Apavarga. The Samadama, Uparati, Vairagya, these are all difficult things. So you say, you impose upon all this. So if I can have Apavarga, Moksha, by Tarkadi Shastra, why should I get into Vedanta? So that is what he is asking. Nanu, because Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, so you elaborately talk about. Okay. So none of them is said. You should have Vairagya for studying Tarka Shastra. Nobody says. You should have Asakti. See, right? So therefore, you should just consider this objection as a serious objection. Because they also talk of Apavarga. Nanu Tarkadi Shastrantaradeva Brahmajnana Siddhe. Why Brahmajnana Siddhe? Because they also talk about Atma. What you have to understand is, it is not that they don't talk about Atma. They talk about Atma. Okay? Brahmajnana Siddhe Alam Vedantaihi Iti Chet Maivam. No. So this is not something which is acceptable, tenable. Why? He is giving a reason. Sadivihi Shastrantaraihi Anadi Vedanta Pratishethasya Dushkaratvat. So this, what is meant by this? All these Shastras, there is a Pravartaka. You understand? Sadi means, so you talk about Nyaya Shastra and the Pravartaka Rishi is Gautama. You talk about Vaisheshika Shastra, Pravartaka Rishi is Gautama. You talk about Sankhya Shastra, Pravartaka Rishi is Kapila. So all these Shastras, they are all Sadi. Sadi means we know who brought that Shastra into existence. Whereas here, this Vedanta what is Upanishad. So it is there, Anadi. We do not know when it was. So it is just revealed. Okay. And some mantras may be attributed to somebody and other mantras are there where there is no attribution at all. Okay. So this is Anadi Shastra. So that is why he is saying Sadibihi Shastrantaraihi Anadi Vedanta Pratishethasya Dushkaratvat. They may be talking about moksha. Fine. I have no objection to that. We are also talking about moksha. Ultimate purpose is moksha. So they may say Dukkha Nivritti is what is Parama Prayojanam. Whereas I will say Sukha Prapti is Parama Prayojanam. Why? Why should we take this position? Because this, like this, see, we were talking about avidya nivritti. So now this dukkha nivritti is parama prayojanam, those fellows are saying. Dukkha nivritti, this avidya nivritti is not purushartha per se. Purushartha is sukhanubhavaha only. Similarly, dukkha nivritti is not purushartha. Swaswarupa ananda avirbhava is purushartha. Dukkha nivritti is not purushartha. Swaswarupa ananda avirbhava is purushartha. So there is a lot of discussion which takes place in this connection. So I will reserve it perhaps when the context comes. So here Vedanta, now he says Anadi Vedanta Pratishedhasya Dushkaratvat. Means, so this is Anadi, means something which has been carried over for generations for which we don't know Adi. Okay? And therefore, even from purely pragmatic viewpoint, this is something which has been established over thousands and thousands of years and it has been accepted. So this is Adi, somebody comes and promotes something. Okay? So, and therefore, compared to that, so this is Paramam Pramanam, and therefore, though they may talk of moksha, as other people talk of heaven, right? So heaven and hell. So that is not something which is acceptable because Adi. So they are all just created now. Anadi Vedanta Pratishedhasya Dushkaratvat Pratyuta Vedantairev Shastrantara Pratishedhaha iti. Now he says, Nanu Adimatva Bhavepi Vedantaha Anubhava Viruddhartha Vachitvat Apranameveti Chet. So now he has started in a different way. See, I said Tarkad Shastra is fine, not because Adi or Anadi, but it is something which is acceptable to me. What they are saying is something which I can relate, whereas what you are saying I cannot relate. Anubhava Viruddharthatvat. Anubhava Viruddharthatvat. So there is absolutely nothing which I can correlate with myself. So the descriptions that are being given there, Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam Abhyayam, Yattad Adreshyam Agrahyam Agotram Avarnam Achakshushrotram. I am having Chakshusrotra. I am Atma. See, Apanipadam I have legs and so which is paining and reminding me all the time. See. So you are describing Atman as that, but as far as I am concerned, Atman is Panipada Yukta and it is reminding me all the time. So this Anubhava Viruddharthatvat, Anubhava Viruddhartha Vachitvat. So it is talking about something which is totally in contradiction to my experience. Whereas those fellows, they didn't do that. See, so they are talking more sensibly and therefore that is why I felt like moving there. So he says, Nanu Adimatva Bhavepi, though you say it is Anadi, Adimatva Bhavepi Vedantaha Anubhava Viruddhartha Vachitvat Apramanameveti Ched Maivam. Okay, you have to split that. Maivam Vedantarthasyapi Anubhava Aviruddhatvat. Vedantarthasyapi Anubhava Aviruddhatvat. Oh my dear, you have to understand that this may be sounding viruddha to you, but if you carefully analyze, then this may not be viruddha. Okay? Vedantarthasyavi anubhava aviruddhatvat. So now he further says, जीवस्य असंसारित्वम् अविद्वदनुभव विरुद्धमपि विद्वदनुभव अविरुद्धं हि. This is something which is important to understand. We alluded to this before itself, right in the first stage. Jivasya asamsaritvam. So Vedanta talks of the samsaritvam. You will be getting rid of samsaritvam. And jivasya samsaritvam is my anubhava. Jivasya asamsaritvam, you are an avidwan. So he says, avidvad anubhava viruddham api. True, it is viruddham for you and me, who are not real vidwans. Avidvad anubhava viruddham api, vidvad anubhava aviruddham hi. In fact, that is what I was just saying, that mantra, see, tadetaditi manyante, anirdeshyam paramam sukham, means it is vidvad anubhava siddha. Tadetaditi manyante, anirdeshyam paramam sukham, kathannu tadvijaniyam. So our efforts is to see how do you qualify in order to elevate yourself to that state, so that you also experience. So that is where lies the sadhana chatushtaya problem. So you have to elevate yourself so that you are also having that kind of an experience. See, jivasya asamsaritvam avidvad anubhava viruddhamapi vidvad anubhava aviruddham hi. See, aikatmatva darshanam. See, so when I hear this Sarvam Brahmamayam by Sadashiva Brahmendra, so what does he say? Sarvam Brahmamayam. It is vidvad anubhava. Vidvad anubhava aviruddham hi. Moreover, he says, avidushancha sushuptyanubhava aviruddhancha. See, there lies the punch. Forget about vidwan. All of us are avidwan. Fine. Even for us, avidushancha sushupti anubhava aviruddham. In sushupti, did you have dvaita, sir? No. If I had dvaita, then I will not have sushupti. If I do not have sushupti, I cannot even live. See? So, avidushancha sushupti anubhava aviruddham. So, did you feel like having pani, pada, grahya? So ashabdam asparisham arupam. So all that description is all fine. So whatever you have there, this Advaita Anubhava is there even in Sushupti, in your own day-to-day experience. Asamsaritvam was not there. You tell me. So then you have a problem. That you didn't have Sushupti, that is all. See, in Sushupti, at least we have Asamsaritvam. Okay? This asamsaritvam which is recommended, okay, so which is considered as the ultimate purushartha, okay, which is in our own anubhava. So that is there in Sushupti, and therefore, so you don't say that Vedanta talks of anubhava viruddha things, and therefore, so it is not worth pursuing. So that is not valid, that is not tenable, okay. So we'll stop here now. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve Sukhinas Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om